Hello, everyone. We're live doing Canadian beers. And I decided since I have them both in my fridge, I'm going to do two.
You're going to chug them both?
No, I'm not going to chug them both. I'm going to savor them both.
And I heard Jay, you can't get most in Canadian, eh?
We used to get Labatt.
Just Labatt's?
We used to get Labatt's Blue.
Uh-huh.
Hold on a second. I see what's wrong. I had my YouTube play and I didn't realize it. We used to get Labatt Blue. We used to get Molson Canadian, and we had Moosehead. Then Labatt stopped showing up. Couldn't find it. Didn't know what was going on. I mean, you could find it maybe if you go to 20 beer shops, might find it at one. And then Molson Canadian was common. And then that, like about 4 years ago, just gone. But the one that's common all the time now is
Moosehead.
Moosehead.
Yeah. And I bet you that is probably skunky because I'm curious when the date on is on that bottle.
Nice embossed bottle. Now, the website says that it's a 341 milliliter bottle, but actually it's 355.
Wow, how did you get that?
I bought it in a local store. The date on it is it's the date is in paint, and it looks like the paint got scratched off, so it's like illegible.
Okay.
They put that paint and the paint gets rubbed off, so.
Yeah, oh no, it happens.
Should we go ahead and crack them open?
All right.
You're the boss. You're running the show.
Should look.
Sorry, I had the YouTube running. It started playing. I had it on standby. Your channel said starting soon, and it just started playing on its own. And I was like, "What's that feedback?" And then I realized.
I look in my drawer. I found this old Pabst Blue Ribbon opener.
Yeah, nice. I have a few. I'll go get mine in a second and show them to you.
All right.
Look how clear.
Oh, yeah. Very nice. I got two to pour here.
Let me check on the skunk issue.
This is Moosehead.
Nice.
Molson Canadian. Molson has a lot more carbonation.
Okay, so when was Molson introduced?
Well, they were founded in 1786.
1786. And then I believe Moosehead was like around the time when Canada was actually born in 1867.
Same year as Canada's formation, but like the website says, they didn't introduce Moosehead Lager until sometime in the 1970s.
Oh, okay. What was their first year then?
Look at that weird hexagonal that you get with these.
The big bubbles.
They don't. The website only says the 70s. So I think the company doesn't even know exactly when it came out, but sometime in the 1970s. But they had another lager that was introduced in 1937 called Alpine Lager.
Yeah, I've had that many times.
We can't get that in the United States. Well, not here. Not in this state.
I have Alpine beer cans, but I've never tried the beer.
Well, Alpine's so good, man. So
all right, Drew, you're doing Molson Canadian, right?
I am doing Canadian. I have Molson Canadian right here. What was Molson's first beer though? Is what I really want to know.
Some kind of ale, probably.
Maybe, yeah, possibly. All right, well, that's what it looks like, and I have the right glassware, of course. Molson Canadian. Molson Canadian used to be my favorite. My actually first beer I ever drank when I was 19. I guess that was 25 years ago. So if you went to jail 25 years ago, or if I went to jail 25 years ago, I'd be getting out right now if I murdered someone. Make sense?
That's kind of ironic because my first beer was Moosehead.
Moosehead, see? Moosehead. I can't believe that. Yet you're
Yep.
down there. Moosehead is actually massive. Well, it's independently owned. It's indecisive. I think they're macro, but it could be craft. But um, I'm getting a lot of corn in this, but it's just it's fantastic smell of just a macro lager. That's what it looks like. Look at the upside down snowfall. It's
Mhm.
perfect. I gotta get into it, guys. Cheers.
All right, cheers.
It's smooth. It's refreshing. I feel like this Molson Canadian is it's like a all season beer. That's what it is. You can drink this anytime you want. It's 5% alcohol. It's just it is the perfect lager. It is quite expensive up here. I'm going to say that as a 2-4 of tall cans of these is well $60 Canadian. Go figure. That's quite expensive.
2 cans is $16.
No, a 2-4 is 60.
A 2 for what's a 2 for?
A 2-4 is 24
Oh,
tall cans.
24.
We call it a two. Yeah, we're Canadian up here, so we call it a 2-4.
Okay.
Yeah, it's like when you're buying a bottle of whiskey, it's either a Mickey or a 26er. That's what we call a 26er up here
Okay.
because that's a 26-ounce bottle, right? Is your 750 ml bottle.
Yeah.
Yeah, we have weird names for things up here, but hey, we just go down the corner and we go grab a Timmy's and just have a coffee. It's a double double, right?
Yep.
It's weird things up here. Our Canadians are just different. We're different, and that's why everyone loves us, right?
Yeah.
But yeah, go ahead, Jay.
I just said,
Uh, well, okay.
I like Canadians, but some people, I guess, got some hang up on. No, my experience is that I like Canadians, but you have more Canadians that are hostile towards the United States than Americans hostile toward Canada. Yeah.
Well, I would tell you right now, I would prefer to be the 51st state or our 12 provinces be 12 other states. And, instead of all this crap happening, and I would love to be part of the USA. Canada right now is in a mess with everything going on. And now, I'm going to go with politics because politics up here is crap right now, but it is what it is. Everywhere it's crap. So, but it's not about politics. It's about the beer, right? This is good beer. I enjoy this beer. I do actually get a bit of Wayne. You want to say it?
Apple.
Bingo. I do get some apple in here, and which I love. In a lot of macros, I do get like a pear or an apple. That's a good fruity, background to it, and I love it. But there is apple, not pear, apple in this one. Actually, something like this, a green apple.
Yeah.
Something like this. So it's perfect.
All right. Exit. Jay, you want to go? There you
I
go.
thought it was 10 provinces and 3 territories. But
Wow.
Well, yeah, but the territories are still a province to me. Like, I don't know.
well, they're
I'm Canadian.
territories. But, okay, so I have these. This is an Anheuser-Busch. This is a Falstaff.
Okay.
Oh, yeah.
Very nice.
Somebody gave them to me. I mean,
Yeah.
okay. So I don't know what. All right. So it's clear, golden, and they use corn. There used to be a section on their website called Moosehead Beer Academy. And Moosehead started in 1867, but it was started by a woman. Then they had 2 fires at the brewery. It was started in Newfoundland. No, not Newfoundland. Nova Scotia. I'm sorry. I apologize. All right. Nova Scotia. And then they had sold it to a British company, her children, and then they didn't like the British company somehow lost interest in it, and then they bought it back. Her family bought it. After she had died, her family bought it back from the English people, and they've been owned by the family ever since. And they moved their brewery to New Brunswick for various reasons. I don't know what the reasons were exactly, but it's been there for probably about 100 years. But no skunk. Oh, and one more thing. Newfoundland is the only Canadian province that used to be a different country, but it voted to join Canada. So that's kind of interesting.
I believe actually just south of Newfoundland, there's a small island that is actually U.S. owned.
There's two islands, and they're part of France. Saint
Oh,
Pierre.
they're part of France.
Yeah, Saint Pierre and Miquelon. They're the only part of France. From France used to have this big empire in North America, but it's the only part left from that war that France lost. So they said, they asked the British, can we keep those two islands to use as like fishing camps? And they said, well, okay. And so they're still part of France, but they're very tiny. Oh, here comes the train to disrupt all of this. Okay. The flavor is very interesting. I had said in the past that Moosehead had sort of a extra virgin olive oil like flavor. I don't know. It's kind of, I don't know why it would have that. I'm not picking that up right now. I'm just picking up general white bread. It's kind of a typical thing, white bread. And hop bitterness, well, in a macro lager like this, you don't tend to get a lot of hop bitterness. There's a little tingle of it on the under flavor, just to smooth out, just to counterbalance this malt sweetness, I mean to say. The body's medium. The finish is mostly dry. I see that people show cans of Moosehead. In Louisiana, we've only seen these bottles. I've never seen cans. I've never seen draft, although I wasn't actively looking for the draft, so it could be possible. They've changed the label over the years. It's sort of like they couldn't decide what kind of label they wanted, but this is nice. All the labels they've had over the years look fine to me.
Yeah.
I went to Canada one time, or I've been many times, but one time I went to Canada and we saw a moose and a baby moose on the side of the highway, and all the people were taking photos. And I said, well, that's interesting, I didn't expect to see that out in the woods, but off the side of the highway. It's a very pleasant beer. Now I paid $1.99 for this bottle, which is actually the same price as the overpriced six packs around here. The six packs here are running $11.99, so you're looking at $2 per bottle. I wasn't totally thrilled with that price. So glad I was able to snag a single.
Cool.
Some favorite.
Yeah, well, it's it's delivery fee, I guess.
They got to ship it all the way across the United States, this state. Then they got to pay fees across the border. So yeah, it adds up. I don't know what a six pack costs in Toronto, Ontario.
Well, bottles probably about $14
For a six pack.
Yep.
Okay,
bottles,
so all right. So we're paying the same price. Okay, there you go.
I guess I'm lucky because I'm up here. I don't know what it is, but I can buy a 12 pack of Moosehead cans for $9.99.
Oh,
You're lucky.
It's one of my favorite beers just for that, because it's good beer and very affordable.
Oh,
now the Molson Canadian that I have is a 11.5 ounce bottle.
yeah.
And a 12 pack of these bottles cost me $13.49. So more expensive for smaller packaging.
Yeah.
Well, and don't forget the weight of the bottle is more than the can too.
Right.
Yeah,
right.
That's true. The Moosehead had a nice head on it for a longer period of time. This is the Moosehead. Still has the nice lacing. This is the Molson Canadian.
Nope, not much lacing there.
No. Taste-wise, they're very similar. That's the Moosehead. I think the Molson Canadian is just a tad bit sweeter, and I think the Moosehead is a tad bit drier, but very similar. Bready, nice basic beer. I have no complaints with either one of them. I like both of them. Color-wise, they're pretty much the same thing.
Mm-hmm.
Really not a lot of difference in them.
So can you, do you think you could, when you do a challenge, a taste challenge, you could pinpoint it?
I'll be lucky to pick the right one. They're very similar.
All right.
We know what the rule. We know what the rule is when that happens. There's only one way you should shop.
Price.
Exactly.
And up here, that would be Moosehead in cans. $9.99 for a 12-pack.
Can you buy them in 2-4s up there? Or down there? Sorry, I don't know.
I can get, I think I only see Moosehead in 12-pack cans or 12-pack bottles. No, I didn't take note of the price of the bottles. It's probably more. Excuse me.
Right, just because of the heaviness.
And I used to be able to get Moosehead Light here for a long time, but that seems to have disappeared. I don't think they were selling enough to keep it on the shelves.
Yeah, my buddy Shane in New Brunswick is actually sending me out a can of Moose Light because we can't get it here. So I can have it because I do miss Moose Light, and that's a good light beer.
Yeah, they're both very enjoyable. I love both of these beers. All right, Drew.
Rating. Is that what you want?
Yeah, why not?
Okay. As in your bottle and my can, I do have a little bit of lacing. It's very enjoyable. The price point, though, as in the tall can, just if I was going to buy a single tall can, it'd be $3.40 Canadian.
Yeah.
So, while my other beers like Busch Light and stuff here is $2.15. So the price is like over $1 more a can, which is what are you going to do? You know, I like the cheaper beers, the cheaper macros, because well, yeah, that's a little pricey for me. At the same time, though, is it refreshing? Is it good? It's fantastic.
Yeah.
You can't go wrong with it. I do get a little. It is a bit heavier than normal, and I would 8 out of 10. It's good. It's nothing wrong with it. You know, I can sit there and drink these all day on you if you want.
Uh-huh.
If you're giving them to me, I drink them all.
Yeah.
With no hesitation, right?
Nope.
No.
It's light enough that you can have a few, 5%. That's 5%. And Moosehead is also 5%.
That's right. That's right.
Okay.
I find Moosehead is better in this, though.
You do? You think so?
Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah.
Okay. All right.
But I've never done a comparison. So I don't know now, since you're saying it's the same.
Maybe you should try it.
I think so. I'm going to have to.
All right.
I've never done a comparison either. This is a Canadian whiskey I've been doing in taste challenges the last week and a half. I think we get more Canadian whiskeys than Canada gets. And the prices are very low. You would think they would be expensive, but no, they're not. Which is strange on its own merit. And the price never changed over 10 years. 10 years ago, they were the same price.
Wow.
Maybe marginally cheaper 10 years ago. Okay. I'm not fascinated by the beer. I'm glad that it's not skunked.
Yeah.
I'm not happy that we can't get their variants because Moosehead makes all kind of India Pale Ales and regular Pale Ales and light and 6% strong beer variant that they were showing on the website. But we only get this one. All right. It's the only thing we've ever gotten from them. it's strange to me that Molson Canadian and Labatt have mostly disappeared, but that's probably due to sales. I can't explain any other thing. I'm sure they didn't get rid of it because they were flying off the shelf, right?
No.
Maybe Moosehead was just the strongest of the three. I'm talking about here. But it's enjoyable, easygoing, mild, mellow, nothing offensive. I can't imagine that somebody would drink this and say it's terrible, or something like that, which is a joke. I'm gonna give it a 9 out of 10.
Oh, nice.
Now, what did Drew give the Molson Canadian?
Gave it 8.
8. Yeah. 9 out of 10. I'm saying excellent. Getting into excellent.
Okay, can I ask you a question? Can you get cans of this or just bottles?
Just bottles.
This is the only format.
Only format. Okay. Which I don't mind the green bottles. It's just the longer they're in there.
It's the only format to my knowledge. There might be, but I doubt this. I seriously doubt. There might be some pubs where you can get it on draft, but I cannot see that a pub would sell enough Moosehead on draft to be able to bring it in without it, because draft beer, you got to drink it in so many days or it goes rancid. So, you get stuff like, you get Pabst Blue Ribbon on draft around here and Bud Light, because they just constantly selling Pabst Blue Ribbon on draft and Bud Light on draft. It just, and Michelob Ultra on draft, just moves.
Right. But if you go to a pub down there and see that Moosehead that is a Canadian beer, would you not think, wow, I'm going to try that?
Well, of course, I feel like I needed to try it. Yeah. I would try. I've seen Pilsner Urquell on draft, but that was so many years ago. And things changed so much. And I've gone to bars, and I don't go to bars a lot. I'll be honest. But I've been to bars and got stuff on draft that was spoiled. And it's not a pleasant thing, when I go to the store and I buy my beer in cans and bottles and I bring them home, put them in the refrigerator, then I know it's all right. I don't trust these places out here that I don't think they clean their tap lines. I don't think they worry about it, like if it's cold or not. I don't know, man. I think bars, they're kind of sketchy a lot of times on their quality control. This is my opinion.
Okay. All right, so we got an 8 out of 10 and a 9 out of 10. I think that both of these are probably near the top of this style of beer, the macro lagers. I don't think there's many that I would like more. So I'm more inclined to go with the 9 out of 10 on these.
On both of them? Okay.
Yeah, they're both pretty equal, I think. I would buy the Moosehead because it's cheaper, but I think the beers themselves are equally good.
I feel like I'm hard on beers now.
Now this one, I think I just picked up a little alcohol flavor.
Uh-oh.
Oh, on the Canadian?
Getting near the bottom of the cup of the Canadian, yeah. Just a little light alcohol flavor.
Now that could be the bottle too, right?
Maybe because it was in the bottle. I'm not sure, but I'm not getting it with the Moosehead. So I'm going to knock Molson Canadian down to an 88.
Oh,
okay.
Man.
Can you? What were the dates born on with both of those?
Let me see if they have them. The Moosehead has a code. It does not have a date.
Yep.
The Molson Canadian, I don't think it has anything.
Probably somewhere on there, but you might have to be a scientist to figure it out.
Okay, what's the code on the Moosehead? I might be able to tell you.
Well, it says L254.
L25-4. Okay.
59 like the time, 16.59.
Okay, so that's our code up here, L24 -1. So A, B, C, D, E, F, G, H, I, J, K, L -1, November 24th or 25th last year.
Okay, well, that's not super fresh, but that's not too bad.
Yeah.
Now, sometimes these bottles, yeah, I see it now. It says it's a Best Buy date, May 5th, 25.
Oh, okay, you have a Best Buy on most of the Canadian. But
Yes.
I bet you that's brewed down there, not up here.
It says imported by Molson USA, Golden, Colorado. What does that mean? It's made in Golden, Colorado?
No, it's imported through there.
Okay, so it's imported from Canada by Molson, Molson USA.
So did it come from up here to Colorado and then out?
No, it's probably just their company imported it. I don't think they took it out to Colorado.
Yeah, it's just where the office is located.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
And since it is a 11.5-ounce bottle, 341 milliliter, and it says imported and it says importé in French right there.
Yeah. Yeah, our other country.
From Canada, yeah.
Now, before we get off this broadcast, I was going to ask a question. What is like the really great beer value multi-pack price that you get in your area? Because in my area, one of the real good packs is Natural Ice, 5.9%. We can get a 30-pack of those cans, 355 milliliter if you live in Canada, 12-ounce there. We can get a 30-pack of those for $21 even, 21 even, 30-pack. I don't know what Pennsylvania, Ontario's.
I think Genesee is probably one of our cheapest. That can get a 30-pack. I want to say, I haven't bought one in a long time. They're less than $20, I think, for 30 cans.
30 cans, eh? Now, these are small cans.
12 out, 355.
Yeah. So you do know that if you get the 24 tall cans, so up here, our 24 tall cans of, say, Laker Ice is $50 Canadian. But if you get 30 cans or regular cans, your 12-ounce cans of Laker Ice, it's 55. But you get more beer in the tall cans than the regular cans. So our best value is Laker Ice here for $50, 24 tall cans.
Also, Milwaukee's Best Ice I can get is cheap. I don't remember exactly what the price is, though. But Milwaukee's Best Ice, Milwaukee's Best Light, Keystone Light.
So what is $50 into American money?
I don't know.
38?
$38 for a case of beer, I would consider very expensive.
Yeah, and that's what we're paying for my Laker Ice.
50 Canadian dollars is $34.75 here.
Yeah.
Okay. All right.
Let's see.
34, so is that expensive?
Let's see. 30.
For a case of tall cans, I would still say that's expensive. Yeah.
Yeah. Divided by 24 cans, divided by 16 ounces, times 12 ounces, times 30. Yeah, that would come out to $32.57 for a 30-pack of 12. Did I do that right? Yeah, I think I did.
Okay,
so high. That's high. That's high.
Yeah,
and that's cheap for me. That's cheap for me. Yeah. I go out and get that all the time because that's the cheapest I could get.
Wow.
So, yeah, no
wonder your politics is in an uproar.
They are. There's something wrong up here. That's why I'd rather be American. Just saying. I'd rather, our minimum wage is $17.80 or something like that here in Ontario. I know your minimum wage is $7 or $8 or $9 or $10 an hour, but at the same time, $7.75. But at the same time, you can afford rent, you can afford things. We're struggling because our housing is ridiculous up here.
I don't
We're
think anyone
struggling
can
so
live
hard.
here on $7.75 an hour either, not without assistance.
Yeah, well, if you could buy beer your price, I'd be drinking Moosehead all the time.
Right, but
But
that's
that,
just,
that
the minimum wage is just an introductory
Yeah.
wage. You would
That's
assume
right.
you would get a raise, and
Yeah. It's for
Right.
kids just entering the workforce so they can have some time to learn how to do things, learn some
exactly.
skills.
Maybe.
But
It
you
doesn't
get
seem
these-
like a
but
lot
you-
of them even are interested in learning skills, though.
yeah, but you get these fanatics out there talking about people can't live on minimum wage. Well, it's not designed for that, and
Right.
they like to twist the story around like.
And Social Security was not designed for you to live solely on Social Security either.
No, it's just a supplement.
A supplement,
Mhm.
yeah. You're supposed to save some money during your lifetime, but they don't teach kids that.
Not too much.
No way. No, not at all.
Well, I'm sorry,
all right, guys.
I'm sorry, I'm not going to do the Budweiser, but unless there's a rain out, if the baseball game gets rained out, then I would do it.
All right. And then, like I said, after that, it's we're going to bring whatever you want to bring. And it doesn't even have to be beer. It can be whatever you're drinking.
Oh,
Yeah, because in 2 weeks from now, I'll be in Winnipeg. So,
Yeah, you'll be in
yeah.
Winnipeg. Yeah. We're looking forward. I'm
Absolutely.
looking forward to those videos. That should
with
be-
Alan, yeah.
All right, guys.
All
Thanks
right.
for participating. I sure appreciate it.
I'm sorry that Jay had. I'm sorry
Oh,
that Jay had.
I wanted to show one thing quick. This is what I reviewed for St. Patty's Day.
Mm-hmm.
Wexford.
Nice.
I thought it was an Irish beer when I bought it, but it's brewed in England, and it's Irish style.
Huh.
My
English
video
beer.
that'll be out tomorrow.
And it's higher alcohol in the United States than Canada. I mean, not Canada. I mean to say it's a higher alcohol level than in England.
Yeah, this is 4.8, and it is a nitro. So that's
In
what
England,
I have.
in England, it's like 3.6.
Oh, wow.
Wow.
Yeah,
All right,
that
guys.
is cool.
Have a good one.
Thanks, guys.
I'll see you next week. Cheers.
Cheers to everybody. Take care.
Bye bye.
Bye.